Learning is knowledge transfer to brain regions known as learnography. This is learnography. Welcome to Taxshila teachers. This is learnography, a new frontier of neuroscience that deals with the system of knowledge transfer. Dimensions of genius brain. Einstein's genius brain. Dimensions of genius brain. Sixth and seventh dimensions of knowledge transfer are really the visualizing dimensions of Einstein's genius brain to advance creativity in the domain of new knowledge. Sixth and seventh dimensions of knowledge transfer are really the visualizing dimensions of Einstein's genius brain to advance creativity in the domain of new knowledge. Then, what is the neuroscience of knowledge transfer? What is the neuroscience of knowledge transfer? Actually, learnography is the neuroscience of knowledge transfer that deals with the working dimensions of students' brain to make strong brainpage modules and produce high-performing small teachers in the structural and functional classrooms of school ecosystem. A chapter of mathematics is the mirror of learning process. A chapter of mathematics is the mirror of learning process to observe and rehearse the 7 dimensions of knowledge transfer. Albert Einstein's famous equation, as we know, E equals mc squared. Albert Einstein's equation, theory of relativity, E equals mc squared. Most of the neuroscientists believe that prefrontal cortex is the genius area of human brain. It's a general idea to know that prefrontal cortex stores and processes intelligence, logic circuits, facts, knowledge, creativity. Prefrontal cortex is localized in the motor areas of brain, anterior to central sulcus. Oh, this is brain anatomy, neuroanatomy. Prefrontal cortex is localized in the motor areas of brain, anterior to central sulcus. In fact, prefrontal cortex deals with the logic circuits of knowledge transfer and acts as thought processing machine. Prefrontal cortex acts as thought processing machine. There are 5 types of the fundamental thoughts. There are 5 There are 5 types of the fundamental thoughts, such as cognitive thought, limbic thought, that is emotional thought, motor thought, that is working thought, intuitive thought, and unconscious thought. We can find unconscious thought in the world of dark knowledge. In this way, the prefrontal cortex of chapter brain, that is a cerebral cortex, provides the working area of brain mechanism for thought analysis and executive functions. Therefore, prefrontal cortex is the workplace of knowledge transfer and brainpage modulation, not the genius area of human brain. Prefrontal cortex is the workplace of or working area of knowledge transfer and brainpage modulation, not the genius area of human brain. Albert Einstein studied the universe by thinking visually, not verbally. In contrast, teacher to students' verbal knowledge transfer is conducted in school system for quality education. We know that schools are running on high motivation and hard instruction. Einstein's genius dimensions. What are the genius dimensions of Einstein's brain? Learnography is the neuroscience of knowledge transfer that deals with the working dimensions of brain to make brainpage and produce high-performing students in the classroom. The 6th and 7th dimensions of knowledge transfer are really the visualizing dimensions of Einstein's genius brain to advance creativity in the domain of new knowledge. To advance creativity in the domain of new knowledge, Albert Einstein visualized and rehearsed the 6th and 7th dimensions of knowledge advancement in his genius brain to create the theories of relativity, mass energy equivalence, and photoelectric effect. We can discuss a child prodigy, Michael Kevin Kearney. Michael Kevin Kearney, a child prodigy, is defined in psychology as a person under the age of 10 years old who produces meaningful, extraordinary outcomes in some domain of knowledge to the level of an adult expert. A child prodigy is defined in psychology as a person under the age of 10 years old who produces meaningful, extraordinary outcomes in some domain of knowledge to the level of an adult expert. Michael Kevin Kearney is well known for setting several world records related to graduating school and university at a young age. I have watched the video of his MRI scanning that displayed large precuneus and visual cortex in the posterior region of brain. I have watched the video of his MRI scanning that displayed large precuneus and visual cortex in the posterior region of brain. He also showed well-developed cerebellar basal ganglia circuitry while playing video games. We know that learning is knowledge transfer to brain circuits. Learnography of the visual streams is the sixth dimension of knowledge transfer, while visuospatial learnography is the seventh dimension of knowledge transfer. These both dimensions are well developed in Michael's prodigy brain. Cerebellar basal ganglia circuitry of the core brain has been placed as the fifth dimension of high-speed learning transfer to modulate a smart brainpage in the classroom. This is defined as the visuo-motor learnography of human brain in the brainpage theory of knowledge transfer. High-speed learning transfer. This is defined as the visuo-motor learnography of human brain in the brainpage theory of knowledge transfer. Please like, share, and subscribe my video. Thank you all.